Now some California lawmakers want the oil industry to pay for natural disasters. This is all in response to those wildfires.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
This is just the beginning.
KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala explains the new push and how the oil industry is reacting.
This proposal specifically would allow the victims of natural disasters in California and private insurance companies to sue the oil companies that are operating in California for their impact on the environment.
The environment?
The environment.
State Senator Scott Wiener unveiled this measure with supporters at the state capitol. Those supporters included consumer protections groups and environmental groups. They unveiled this bill, which will be known as Senate Bill 222.
222.
The measure would also allow those who are on the California FAIR Plan, which is the state insurance program for those who can't get private insurance, to also recoup damages in court from the oil industry.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's not clear logistically how this would work yet. As of Monday afternoon, we were still waiting to see the details of this bill in writing. Senator Wiener acknowledged this will be a tough bill to get through the legislature, but he says it's time for big oil to pay their fair share.
The fossil fuel industry has endless resources. Profits continue to just spiral and spiral into the stratosphere, and then we are left holding the bag.
Who holds the bag?
Oh, I'll hold the bag.
One left holding the bag.
In terms of paying for these disasters. And people who lose their homes or their businesses are left holding the bag. And so SB 222 will allow or will ensure that the fossil fuel industry is part of the solution.
Yes, in January, we experienced the costliest extreme wildfire disaster that has ever occurred. This is not normal.
Not exactly normal, are you?
Conditions were exacerbated by extremely dry and unusually warm weather that's not happened historically or supposed to happen in January.
In a statement, the leader of the Western States Petroleum Association said, in part, it is a shame that Senator Scott Wiener and Senator Sasha Renee Perez see the Los Angeles fires as nothing more than a political opportunity. We need real solutions to help victims in the wake of this tragedy, not theatrics. Voters are tired of this approach.
This furthers the narrative, the false narrative, that this is all about climate change.
Climate change?
It is, of course, much more complicated than that.
It's complicated.
I would ask, what about forest management, both rural forests as well as those that are proximate to urban areas, like Palisades, which our majority party has consistently underfunded? I'd also ask, what about the fire department in Los Angeles, whose budget was significantly cut last year? Do those issues have anything to do with the conflagration that we've seen in Southern California? I think so.
Climate change. It has to be climate change. Oh, and by the way, let's figure out who can we punish that maybe can pay some of these fire damage. Terry, what's going on?
I got a hangnail, David, and I'm blaming it on climate change, and I'm going to sue the oil companies for my hangnail that I've got. Anything that goes wrong, it's obviously the oil companies. I mean, they have unlimited profits. They're responsible for it. I mean, if we just got rid of fossil fuels, think how great this world would be.
I can't. I'm trying to put it together, Terry. Can you figure out how they could even make the claim?
Sure, it's because they've got money. All they care about is power and money anyway.
I see.
Let me share this with you. I moved to California in February of 1986, right after these massive floods that we had, and it was dry for a long time. Did we say in 1986, oh my gosh, it's dry. It's dry this month. It's unseasonable. It's got to be the oil company's fault. No, it's because the weather changes all the stinking time. 39 years ago, in the 80s, we had droughts. This stuff happens all the time. Why do these people think that because we drive cars, because oil companies make gas, that it's their fault, that all of this would be utopia if we just had all the money that they generated and it would fix everything? You know, how do these people get into office who thinks that they're geniuses, who think that they can dictate that California is just, if we just got all the money out of the oil companies because they're so evil. How about if the oil companies just left California and let people fend for themselves? Let's do that.